Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Northgard, and the key was provided by developer. First I have to talk to you about the price of the game, because that's the biggest problem. Northgard is quite expensive, it's $25, and it only offers one campaign. That's all you get. In the story mode you have 11 missions. That's probably less than First Dawn of War. It's much less than any StarCraft, and basically it's less than almost any RTS on the market. Most RTS games have 2 or 3 campaigns. This has one, and it's not very long. Most people play this game around 12 to 20 hours, finishing the campaign, maybe trying some skirmish or multiplayer, and that's it. Very few delve into multiplayer, because after you're done with the campaign there is really nothing more to have, at least from my perspective. I'm always in the RTS genre for the campaign. I want a long campaign, if possible non-linear. If it's linear, I want it at least from 2 or 3 factions. Here it doesn't exist. One more thing about it, I'm gonna check the amount of clans that you can pick. Here there is only one clan, I think. Here there is also one. Let me just go where you have a choice. Where you have a choice. One again. Yes. Some missions of the campaign you can pick clans. Clans are pretty much versions of faction. There's only one faction in the game, which is Vikings, and in some missions you have to play one specific clan. In very few options you have a choice, right? There was 2 missions with a choice, 3 and 4. So 4 missions out of 11 you can pick your clan. Otherwise everything is linear. You play with pretty much one faction, which is usually one of the clans. I'm going to go back now. The game is very hyped for unknown to me reason, even though it's average. It has below standard content and, generally speaking, average mechanics. It's mostly RTS with some elements of well, town building and resources management, which works quite okay, but it's not very deep. And no element in the game is very deep. There is a few of them, but they are basically rather shallow. I'm not gonna go into multiplayer because it's gonna take too long. The game can be long, especially if you have to wait for servers and people and so on. So I don't want to, and I don't want to spoil you the story, because the story is the biggest power of the game. You can theoretically buy it for just for the story, but certainly not for this much money as they are asking. Also, it has a very ridiculous DLC, which costs as much as a well, as a Batman game, for instance. You can buy one of the Batman games for as much as the DLC, and all it gives you is one clan. I'm not sure if you can use it in campaign, but you can use it in multiplayer and skirmish. And the skirmish is basically the same thing as multiplayer, but you play against enemy AI. And I'm going to show you just the gameplay in that mode. I only played it once, so I have to just find whatever. Let's go with low hostility, whatever it means. It should be explained what it means. And what else? A map type, well, let's go with autumn. Map size small, 1 enemy. Okay, that would be enough. And before we start, I wanted to show you the options. There is actually no regulation of resolution, and at least I don't see any. So even though there's quite a lot of options here, you can switch off full screen, which is good. Also other strange options here, which I'm not gonna really delve into. Definitely we have 8 or 9 languages, which is quite a lot. And we have this gradual, it's not really a slider, but you can go from 1 to 10 in sound, so that's okay. And you can map shortcuts, right? So there is this quite a lot of options here, but it definitely lacks resolution. There's either full screen or this smaller window that I'm playing in now. So going to, yeah, see, I have to do it again. That's what I thought. I thought it's not gonna remember. It's just so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna play against one guy and try to show you the gameplay. As you can see, this clan has to be bought. Does it say what it gives you? Yeah, it's kinda. How do you scroll down? It doesn't. What does it mean, age 15? I don't understand it. Bonus is age. What does it say age? Age 15 declining. What does it mean? It's nowhere here. Any age. I don't know what does it mean age. Age 16, age 18. I don't understand it. Whatever. You cannot. Why you can't scroll it? Probably it's because of the window. Maybe if I go with bigger window, now we see it. Now I do a smaller window. It's very strange. It cuts off some part of the screen. If I go full screen, it's gonna be pretty much just like full screen. I want it in the window mode so I can see if OBS is recording. Maybe I will leave it like this, so at least we can read the whole thing. Very strange. There's definitely a problem with resolution. There's pretty much no resolution regulation. So how many clans we have? We have 6 clans, and you have some starting bonus and some fame bonus. This is pretty much the whole difference. They also have like one different unit, well, maybe not unit, but building. A unit, I think in one case you also have a different unit. You have definitely different hero, I think at least. And then you have pretty much usually one building is changed, but not always. Like in this case, you have Mender's hut instead of Healer's hut. In this case, is there any difference? Additional hero, and pretty much that's it. It doesn't even say if it gets you different buildings. Basically, there's very few amount of buildings. So I'm just gonna take anything. Maybe I'll just go through all the clans so you can read if you want to what are the differences, because that's the whole change you can have in game. Basically, using different clan. That's what you can do. Otherwise, it's always the same. The skin will be the same. You can pick the way you play, of course, but you will always play with Vikings. They will be with one of the clans. I'm gonna leave one more. And okay, so that's what's in the game. There is 6 clans which you can play in campaign, but you have a little choice when you play them, and you have this mode where you play just against AI. So maybe we'll start with this. How is it called? Eikthrnir, whatever. Stag. Okay, so the clan of the stag. Let's start. And I'm not sure which victory we are supposed to gain. I'm not gonna play all the way to the victory. I'm just gonna play a little bit to show you the mechanics of the game. I think it doesn't have a pause button. At least I don't see any. Can we pause the game? Oh yeah, can we or can we not? Yes, we can pause it. Okay, so, but it's blurred. So okay, at least we can pause the game roughly. I would prefer to. Can I move around? No, but I can just pause it if I have to. Okay, so where do we start? Can I use building menu? Yeah, I can be. So that's all the buildings you have. So when it comes to just this whole basic building element and what you do, you only have 16, 17, 22 buildings. That's everything, right? The entire game has 22 buildings and only 3 combat units. You have, well, you have a skirmisher in this case. I don't know exactly what's a skirmisher. But aside from that, I didn't see any skirmishes in the campaign, so apparently they are here. But normally you have axe thrower, which is ranged, you have tank, which is shield bearer, and then you have warrior, which is DPS, and you have a hero. So those 3 completely generic basic units, that's your entire army. You usually have like top of 5 of each or 15 of one of them. So very small army, like 15 warriors, hero, and maybe the skirmisher. I'm probably just another combat unit. I'm not sure how they are made. Does it say here? No, those 3 are for those. Yes, there are also skirmishers. What do they do? I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm gonna unpause it and try to play for a little bit. First thing, you have to build a house which increases your population. Then you have to build scouts to look for another region, because everything is cut into regions. By the way, it's too loud. I have to kill the sound. Where? I have no idea. Where is the menu? Very small. Okay, let's change the sound to 0 because it's still too loud. Right. Okay, so I'm going to make also woodcutter. And now, similarly to settlers, you have to give people orders who they will be. So this guy will be a scout, and this guy will be a woodcutter, but not yet. And the base is going to produce us villagers if we have enough happiness. Those are the happiness modifiers. So if this is on plus, if this is positive, then we will create more people, and they will eventually be added to our population, right? So we very soon get another guy. Also, something that is not explained in the game, if you have a storage or house, then all the idle villagers will give you food. So you need positive food, you need wood for the winter. You have seasons here from uh, spring to winter. Then we have stone, iron, so that's 5 pretty much resources that you can collect, and one that's happiness. You have the population limit and you have your warband limit. Okay, this is lore. I would like to pause, but I'm not sure if I can. Yes, I can. Oh, actually, I can. I can or I cannot. Yes. So that's lore. If you collect lore, you can buy those perks here, but that's linear. That's linear for every clan. The clan has its own specific perks. Those are pretty much like perks that boost your power. I like this element actually. So you have this skill tree of 21 powers. We can, I guess, click something. No, we can't because we need to have at least 80. And then, of course, it grows. It's more and more expensive. So this is sort of a research tree that you use. Basically, it's all bonuses of different type, and they are going to make you more efficient. So that's very positive. I think if you can drag the game long enough. Right, so that's that. I think you can you trade with the guy? No, you can't trade with the guy. That's just the enemy here, which we didn't meet yet. Alright, so I'm gonna just open this. This is Feast. Feast gives you a boost. It generally costs food, but they also make food, so some food will go back. Aside from that, it gives you just faster creation of people and overall boost to the resources, like here. I'm going to take one guy to the duty of woodcutter, and now I forgot how you move around the map. I think it's the, yeah, it's just the WASD. Okay, so we have another region here. If you want to take it, we need to colonize it using food, and then we can build something here. I'm not sure if I can speed up. No, I cannot speed it up. I have to play the way it is. Okay, that's another region we could take. Let's take 2 regions. Why not? And that's it pretty much. Now the problem is the game. Here are wolves, by the way. We cannot take it because it's gonna say there is 2 wolves and we have to beat them first. Well, I can actually try to do it with a hero. If I have the hero, I don't have the hero. I have to make the hero somehow. War chief, yeah. Apparently you have to make a hero. So we have no army. We cannot kill wolves. So I'm gonna try maybe to make one guy here. Yeah, somebody is going to run here and build it, but they don't always run to your buildings if you don't move your soldiers. You have to basically move every guy on, well, they don't move automatically to other areas. You have to micromanage, which is very annoying. In this case, I want to build fields, and no one's gonna come here to build the fields, so I have to manually take away the guy who is making food, right? Oh, actually, this guy is doing something else. So I have to take this guy and make him build. And only after he builds we can do something. Again, we have some wolves here. We can't fight them. Now the problem with the game, well, it's not exactly a problem, but the game is slow. Basically it's slow, which makes it longer in terms of campaign, sort of. By the way, I don't know how you make this guy. Oh, that's how you make him. You need specific, you need this, you need iron, which we don't have. This is what? This is stones. Okay, so we don't have it. We have to build normal soldiers. We could build like 4 maybe, but we don't have people yet. Okay, so I'm gonna just build up some stuff. Now we are stuck, right? I would need a house, and we don't have enough wood. So I'm gonna build a house now. Now this guy, what is he doing? I think he might be collecting food because this is counted as storage area, I think. Now he's gonna build a house, and then we'll see what he will start doing. Now the problem with the game, which prolongs the campaign, but it prolongs it quite strange way. The game is short in terms of amount of missions, but those missions can drag. So one mission can be like an hour. I'm not sure how long the skirmish will take, but basically it's very slow. Now we are stuck, and we need to wait basically for something to happen. We need to basically make, what is this guy doing, by the way? Yes, he's collecting food, but I prefer him to collect food here, and he might get more or not. Is this an attacker? I think he's just coming here. Maybe this is our guy. I'm not sure if this is our guy. I think it's our guy, because this is, yeah, I don't know. You cannot click him. Turit. It says Turit. Is this Turit? I don't know. We didn't meet him yet. So he might be just scouting our area. We can't fight him. Here, by the way, is this element for our hero, but we will need to make mine there. So right now we have 2 houses. We can make more people, which is basically good. We are going to make another feast, speed it up a bit, and basically I would need to take more people to this woodcutter. To upgrade we need stones. Of course we don't have stones. Did we take it? I think we took it. So we could make a mine, but again we don't have, in this case we don't have wood. So I think we should make actually a woodcutter here. How much is the woodcutter? 50. So we have to wait to make another woodcutter and speed up the production of wood. Now they're happy, but it won't last long. And basically the game goes like this, very slowly, until you can do something, right? So I figured out now we have to get, I would make those skirmishers. I'm not sure what they are for. Very strange. Okay, I'm going to take another woodcutter here, and I want to move one guy there to build it. Who's this guy? Villager. Okay, so he's just collecting food. Alright, we can now spend lore. So yeah, this is more wood, so this is useful actually. And the skirmish is just about who is faster, right? So if you play in multiplayer, then somebody who clicks faster, who knows which buildings should be built first, will basically pretty much every time win. When it comes to AI, it depends what you set the AI for and how big is the map and what's gonna happen. Might be easy, might be hard, but in every case it's gonna drag, which might be a good thing if you just want a easy laid-back experience, just to slowly build up your power, build up your base, and eventually, you know, start doing something. Because to do anything you need other things. Like if I want to kill those 3 wolves here, I need probably like 4 people. To get 4 people, I need to first have 3 villagers who will be able to become soldiers, and then they will cost, I think they cost money or food or something. So we need bigger creation of food, and we also need wood for that. So generally speaking, for a long time you'll be simply working on your resources and just dragging the game. It's pretty okay if you want to actually have this experience, but if you want to actually have faster fights, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna drag every time. Even if you just wanna kill one guy, I'm not sure if it counts to achievements, by the way, but you just want to kill this one guy. You want to win against this other Viking, right, who is somewhere there, and he's doing exactly the same thing. He's building his base also very slowly. So this can drag for a long time, and it might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. If you want to clock more hours and you like the gameplay, you like this laid back experience, then it's good. But if you want to actually go through games and maybe be more competitive or try different clans, then every skirmish, every fight like that is gonna take a long time. And the same goes for the campaign. It will drag. Now, what is in the campaign? You have usually some specific objective. The problem is that many of those objectives, I would say at least half of the missions in the campaign, if not most of them, they are time-based. You need to work and create everything very quickly, because otherwise you will be either overrun by enemies, or you will basically lose the objective. Somebody will die, or you won't get enough food, or you will not do something before something else happens, and basically you are being rushed. At the same time, the game is everything but a rushed game. It's a very slow game, so this is very strange. It's a very slow, long RTS slash base building or town building or village building game. Very simple actually when it comes to those elements. It's a bit more than in typical RTS, but it's a bit less than it's a typical, let's say, town or village builder. So at the same time the game is slow, which makes it longer even though it's short, and at the same time it's rushing you all the time. Here I'm also rushed because if I won't develop fast enough, then they will win. They will just make soldiers come here and kill me, right? So and I don't know if the AI is aggressive, where they are, and so on. But if I want to be competitive, I have to start making my economy. And another problem is that probably there is only one way to do it. Probably there is one proper economy that kind of works, that's going to make you win. And if you try something else, it's not gonna work. Basically, you need to do it this way or you fail. So you have to build like this woodcutter house and scout as first things. Then you have to go into either wood or food or something else, or maybe money to produce your soldiers fast enough and so on. Basically, you have to always do stuff quickly, or you fail or you die and everything is lost, which is a problem, basically. Constantly being rushed. I don't like it. I don't like skirmish like that. The campaign is okay. The campaign is actually okay, aside from the fact that it's very short, but it has long missions. They are just long because the game is slow, not because they're generally long. But you know, because of how slowly the resources come, it's gonna last for probably like 10 hours, 15 hours, something like that. And then for me, that was it about the game. That was completely it. I'm not interested in doing skirmish after skirmish after skirmish. And there is achievement for probably like 300 won games, like 50 for every clan. So there will be 300 hours to do that, probably, which is ridiculous. And yeah, miners, do we need it? Maybe. Okay, let's have it. Okay, we got something because it improved our fame. Now we're being attacked, by the way. This guy is gonna try to defend. Actually, they are both defending. Sometimes they're going to attack our people. Alright. I should probably make a healer. Maybe a feast as well. Can we make a healer? Yeah, I should maybe make a healer. How many buildings can we have here? Only one more. I would make a granary probably. Footsie, of course I don't have something. What I don't have this time. Let's see. Let's see what I don't have. Let me find it. Yeah, we have enough. Why couldn't I build it? I don't get it. I can. I couldn't build here, but I can build further, like here. That's okay. Alright. So I'm going to just take any guy that is not occupied. Make him build. Now here we'll make develop area as well. One more building and we'll make another house. Alright. They're gonna build, that's okay. Okay, so we got stone, that's good. We have stone, so we can build up this. We can upgrade our main base, which is gonna give us like more population limit. And then what? Well, I don't know, I'm just getting stuff now, sort of. Probably have to take another area or build something. Probably have to build something. We have, for some reason, we have wood, quite a lot of wood. I could take this. Actually, I did take this area, so we could use one guy for the lore stone. Alright. We can also build a mine here to start getting this rare resource, which would be again stones, but that's okay. Okay, I need one guy to build here. Maybe I would also boost food production somewhere, but I don't know where, what I should be doing. I can't really take those because there's everywhere there are wolves. I think I need at this point more. What do I need? I need more of those. I need more camps because I somehow have. Oh, see, now it's going down because of buildings. Some buildings cost gold, so now we have problem with gold, with money. I will build one more. I would make something like, how is it called? Marketplace. Okay, so this is gonna make gold, but we will need a lot of recruits to work there, which is a problem because then our food production will go down. So we'll have multiple problems in a moment. Can we build this? No, because we don't have stone, but we can make stone here again. Usually it's this way. You need something to do something. Like to kill those wolves and to progress, we'll need to make By the way, I have no idea what this is. Oh yeah, we can achieve. Yeah, they are very powerful. Whatever, I'm not gonna do it. Those are just pretty much like in Warcraft 3, just neutral enemies that you can fight and get something from them. That's basically why they exist. And yeah, this guy should work here. Nobody has to work in this place. That we're gonna get attacked again, maybe, or not. I'm not sure. Right, I want to take this guy to there, but this is not yet operational. We need probably 2 merchants because there will be problems. And when they dig it out, we have to destroy the mine because it's completely useless then. So I'm gonna use one more guy here. And then, oh, we actually, yeah, everywhere there are wolves. Very strange. By the way, I think if we put it on low hostile, how is it low hostile if we have wolves everywhere, in every area? This is a bit ridiculous. By the way, those are drorks. And there is many of them. It's quite strange, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to use those people on the building. Let's see how many will be created. 4, or do we have to move to the other one? Yes, we have 4. Okay. I'm gonna use this on the trading. We have money production, but like passive. And now we have to use them to, let's say destroy those wolves. I'm not sure we can do it. Maybe we can. 4 against 3. Well, maybe we can win. If we quickly chop this one guy, yeah, we have a chance. Now I would have to heal them or let them die, whatever. Is this destroyed? If we colonize it, we'll get fame, which is cool. And we can make the healer here. By the way, we are losing food now. I think we also need... Why I can do this? Yeah, I can. I also need some way of making more food, but I don't know how. Let's maybe just build a silo. We can't build a silo. Why? Why we can't build a silo? Maybe there is no place for it. Very strange. So maybe we just build... Is it the house? No, it's a healer. Maybe we build a house as well. Yeah, house is okay. Alright, so now we have problem with food, but they will still create more people, which will start producing food, so we have a slight chance that it's gonna fix itself. Let's see. We have -5. By the way, somebody is attacking. I don't know who. Again, this guy. Alright. Now, I should probably use those soldiers. It's never said how exactly consumption works. It doesn't say how much they use. So I'm gonna just kill those wolves here. Maybe it's gonna go down if they all die. Hopefully. I could let them die. We'll see if it goes up. It's not explained exactly. Alright, so we won this one. I'm gonna attack here. And we can lose them, doesn't matter. I just want to take over this, but I don't have food. What happens if we lose, if we die? I'm not sure. Do we get anything for the wolves? We don't. We lost one guy. Yeah, they cost food, clearly. We did something. Alright. I would let them die somewhere. I just don't know where. Maybe they're not gonna attack. Here are the deer. We could use the deer for... By the way, we could attack here, I think. Maybe I will make one more. And then we're going to clear those wolves. I don't want to do the whole mission, really. Because it's gonna be very long. See, this is the problem with the game. It's very long. Let's see the recording now, maybe. 30 minutes. Okay, we can play a bit more. Just to show the gameplay, because that's pretty much the gameplay you have here. It's not more than that. I think they will stay wounded. I'm not sure, however. Can we kill one more? I think we can. Maybe. Probably we die now. That would be cool, pretty much. If we die, that's okay. We still don't have the food. Oh, we died. We need like one guy. This would be useful, actually. Alright, I'm gonna do one more guy. Kill this wolf, and then we hope for more of this. Can we fight? Oh, by the way, he's the same wounded as he was. Okay, so whatever. I can kill him actually after that. Is he the same wolf? I think he is. Alright, let's kill him. He's dead, I guess. And it's gonna be winter soon. Can we... No, we can change to yeah, we can change not to human, we can change to villager. Alright. Now we have a chance to fix something. Skulls coinage. Well, we have more money. Slightly, maybe. Now we have positive food, but it's gonna end soon because the winter is coming. I don't know if I can fix that. How many people are here? Did anybody die? We could use one more guy as farmer. Maybe. And maybe we could use those hunters, but we would have to take it. But we can't take it because we don't have food. This is like vicious circle. Alright, I'm gonna try to make hunter hut because we are pretty much done for. Almost. But if I colonize, do we have a chance? It's gonna go really bad in the winter. Let me just try to do it. Try to fix it. We lost like 10 people already. No, it's 160, so it doesn't work. Do we get another guy? Yes, soon. So there is a chance actually. What about our miner? He's still digging. Okay. 16 to go. That's cool. And see, this goes on like this. I think we can stop here, actually. Because it just goes on like this. Either you win or they win, and you have to build all that stuff very slowly, sort of. Probably get more lore bonuses, probably fix the food production. So I would have to now wait until spring, take over this land, and build hunting hut, so that we would be getting food from the deer. Then we could dig the entire deposit pretty much. Then maybe make a guy here, right? This guy 150 go. Yeah, we would have it, and 5 iron, and then start producing your soldiers, at least 4, and then with him and 4 soldiers maybe prevail, maybe, or if not, we would have to make more. Oh, by the way, you can make defense tower here. I don't know why that counts like additional one. I think we're gonna have one in every area. By the way, it should be here, not here. It should be away from the border, because when they attack, can I still make it like cancel? Can I cancel? Yeah, we should build it here. Yeah, it's still the same. It's near the border, but on this border. Yeah, this is smarter. Because if they attack, they will have to come all the way to the tower, and the tower will keep shooting. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna drag it. As you can see, we played for 25 minutes or so in this mission, and we're halfway through. So this is how long it takes. Just because, not because it's big map, just because it's very slow, and you have always problem with some of the resources. So you have to just patiently build up your power, or do it maybe more optimally than I did it. So eventually you can build all stuff you need, use all the regions you have, and then slowly expand. We cleared like, how many areas did we clear? I think 3 of them, or 4 of them. We cleared 4 areas from the wolves, and they probably have to do the same. And there is a couple of additional enemies here, like those Valkyries and Draugrs. So a few different enemy types, not so many actually, but there is a couple of them. Also, there's stuff like this. If you take it over, you can open the treasure. But now we have even no scout, because our scout died probably. So yeah, it's very slow progress. I'm going to go out of this, maybe to many. How do we go to many? I think, what is this, by the way? Minimap display. Yeah, we want to see it. Okay, I'm going to, can we save it? No, you can't save it. Yeah, you can save it. Well, I can save it actually. Let's go skirmish. Skirmish 1. Let's save it just for the sake of it. I'm not sure if I will play it, to be honest. I thought I would be done with the game. I might be, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm almost done with the campaign. I only have to do one mission, the last one, which I failed. Aside from that, I could grind the skirmish just for the achievements probably. There's nothing else there to be achieved, but you could if you're desperate for achievements. So overall, the gameplay is okay, but it's quite shallow. Very few enemy types, very few your soldier types, only 5 per mission. Well, overall there is 5. Then there is lore, which is positive, which is a plus. Basically, lore and clan special powers. Like maybe I'm not gonna start it, but we can go to. I think we can go to story mode, one of the first, and I just wanted to show you the bonus of the clan, right? Like this. So bonus of the clan is one thing, lore is the other thing, and part of the lore is the clan specific perks. So those are the modifiers to pretty much one faction, because they're all Vikings, right? They either have this or they have that, and the gameplay is the same, right? You build your town, you make your soldiers, and then you slowly expand. The gameplay is always the same, like in every not RPG, in every RTS, or well, not necessarily town builders, because sometimes there is no combat there. I would say it's a very simplified RTS game with also quite simple base building, town building, village building, whatever you want to call it, glued together. So for me, it's pretty much an RTS in every aspect. It just has slightly more resources. Sometimes there's just 1 or 2 resources in the RTS. Sometimes there's more, but it could be just 1. It could be like spice in Dune or something like that, or money. Here you have 5 resources, I guess, plus the happiness. So basically there's 5 that you have to collect, 2 that you mine, and you get money, food, and wood. That's it. Few buildings, but it's enough for this type of game. I would say it's not a big game, but it has big price for unknown reasons to me. It has one of the shortest campaigns that I've seen in my life in an RTS game. The only one so short was standalone Command and Conquer. I think it was called Cainwrath. I finished it in one afternoon. There was like, I think, 9 missions or something like that. And the first Dawn of War was very similar. It had 1 campaign with Space Marines, but I think it was longer than this one. And only 1 faction, right? So this is also 1 faction with modifiers from different clans, or well, lore. It also comes from the modifiers also come from the clan. So basically, you can pick a clan and be a version of 1 faction. You can play 1 campaign that is short. It's probably gonna take you between 10 and 15 hours, and then you can endlessly play either multiplayer or those skirmish games. Probably would like to play the small ones, because if you want to finish games the fastest way possible, it would probably have to be the smallest one. If you're into achievements, I wouldn't know why you would play 300 games. They would be pretty much all the same. I mean, you could play 6, one with each clan, and you would be like, okay, now I've seen everything that the game has to offer. I see no point of pumping time into playing skirmish after skirmish with the same clan, be it versus AI or versus people. I see absolutely no point in it. I hate PvP, and skirmish, in my opinion, it does exist in some games. You could grind in one of the Dawn of War games. You had also skirmish battles, but it had a purpose. You could build up your main hero there. You could also grind in Warlords Battlecry 3, because you were expanding again your hero, who would then affect your faction. So there was a point to grinding. There was a point to just doing skirmish, which is not, of course, a campaign mission. It doesn't have any specified goals or any powerful enemy to defeat. Nothing like that. Just we build our base, they build their base, we clash at some point, they win or we win. Next skirmish, and just goes on like this. Pretty much every time is the same. If it doesn't lead to anything, and here it only leads to achievements, I guess, then it's pointless. To me, it's absolutely pointless. I hate PvP in general. I don't like PvP in any game, absolutely. The only thing that I would buy an RTS would be the campaign, or maybe if there was a profile and you could, well, there is a profile, but it only has achievements from what I understand. If it had something that you can unlock, like new perks, like new factions, like something that you can work for, then it makes sense. Then it kinda makes sense. If it's just achievements, doesn't make sense. If you actually build something for your hero, if you could like expand your clan's power by fighting on some land, basically like in Total War, right? You take over land, you take over towns, you give experience to your soldiers, you give experience to your generals, you build up your empire. Here you don't. Every game is a separate map. You start from scratch. In skirmish, you always start the same. In campaign, you start with whatever they give you, and you go through this one map. Then it's reset pretty much. In skirmish, it's completely reset. In campaign, you just move to another map. Those maps in campaign are prepared somehow. So, what do we have? In all, we have small campaign that has very long missions. So this adds some time, but not because it's long game or because it's long campaign, only because the game itself is slow. So one mission, we can say it can take around an hour. Then we have the entire RTS element. So basically you move your soldiers and you kill enemies and you try to invade enemy territory, but you only have, well, at best 5 units, which is very little for pretty much any RTS game. It's very little. It's less than Dune 2, which is one of the first probably RTS in history, or at least those that actually looked like RTS. I'm not talking ancient history. So this is below standard. The campaign is below standard, and then we have the whole element of base, town, village, empire building. Also rather shallow, because you only have 23 buildings, and I'm counting everything, including like 5 types of barracks, or 3 or 4 type of barracks, and one defense tower. There is one defense structure in an RTS game, one type, that's it. That's just below any standard. And yeah, we have those other buildings, like 18 or so. Some of them are just optional, like forge is optional, it doesn't appear always. The basic amount of buildings even lower. You just basically have a mine, woodcutter, and some food production, and then some stuff that just adds I don't know, fame, for instance. So it's also shallow. Couple of shallow elements put together. Yeah, it's nice that those elements are there. It's nice that we have the bonus for fame. It's nice that we have the bonus for clan, the bonus for lore. So it's all pretty much just modifiers. Overall, you can make your clan, just like in any RTS game, into strongest possible creation on a given map. You can have very high number of resources coming. You can have full army. You can have all the lore upgrades. You can have all the fame upgrades, and you can have your hero. And then you pretty much roll over to the enemy, you kill him, and that's the game. Pretty much it goes on for every RTS, but usually you have different units, different types of soldiers, and you can try out some different strategies. Here you have pretty much just 3 types of units, very basic. So you can just as well you can just build 15 warriors and attack, just Zergrash, and just keep making them until you make them. So you'll be turtling and grinding resources for an hour, then you make 15 warriors and you win. That's pretty much every game will look exactly the same. So is the game bad? No, it's not bad. It's playable, especially in campaign, and you could theoretically play a little bit of skirmish at least once with every clan. So I would say, to me, this game would be $5, and it costs $25, and it has DLC. So if you want to pay this much for this little content, you can. I cannot recommend the game because of the price. I would say that overall it's an average game. If we don't even look at the campaign, just the gameplay, it's basically average. Some elements are below standard, like the amount of units. Some are above standard, for instance lore, which in some games like that doesn't exist at all, or you have less perks. Here you have, well, 21, so that's nice. That's quite a lot. I think Command & Conquer Generals had some perks, but it was less than that. Act of War, I think it was Act of War, the name of the game. I think it also had like levels of like research. This one has, well, lore, which is research. So some elements are nice, it's generally playable, it's fun when it lasts, but it won't last long. So I don't know why the price. I don't also know why there is so much hype about this game. I've seen there is a lot of people really praising this game, and I've seen very vivid community of multiplayer. Many people were giving strategies on YouTube, which clan is best, how you should start, how you should fight, what is optimal. So it has fanboys, it has fans, it has community, especially around the multiplayer. So I know I might be attacked for this review, but I am basically disappointed by those elements that are too shallow, and especially by the ratio of content to price. It's too expensive for too little. So for me, Northgard is 5 out of 10, an average and overpriced and overhyped game, which is however fun to play if you like RTS games. I guess that would be it. I think I showed you enough footage from the actual gameplay, and I didn't spoil the story too much because I didn't show you any mission. So I'm gonna leave you with my opinion, and we'll see you in the next review.